I really like this bridge and all the detail work we put into it. I really like this path and all the detail work we put into this and how it weaves through the jungle and has all of this texture. And then we come to our spawn area, our spawn base, and we have this, which is fine. It's functional. It's very functional. And it's kept us safe for quite a few of our starting days here, but it doesn't quite fit. And now we have some resources that we can do something a little more in keeping with the aesthetic we've started. So we're not going to go too over the top, but we can do something a little bit more in line with what we've started here. So what if I rebuilt our base wall and tower so that they finally feel like they belong by the path? Charming, but secure. I'm still not sure I can make this renovation elegant and strong at the same time, but let's see how it turns out. Okay, so I realized I had muted myself while I was showing you some test footage, so I'm going to try and overlay some of that voiceover now. So I had went into my test area and only used some of the items that I had available here in my Zelly Bellyville world, in my Forever world. And so oak and stone and items that I really could access here so that I could figure out what kind of wall design I wanted to use without wasting items here in the Forever world. And so put something together. I think it'll work really nicely here and look a bit better than what we have going on. And if we go around to the back side of the wall, we put up a ladder, and every other pillar, then we can climb up to the top and actually use it for a bit of defense if we ever get invaders coming in. Pillagers is the word I'm looking for, or even zombie hordes or anything like that. Get a bow maybe someday, and then we can defend our spawn point, and that'll be fun. So this will look a lot nicer than what we have, I think, and it's doable with very early to get items. So someday we can add lanterns to it and it'll look much nicer, but for now we'll just stick with our torches. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is map out the pillars on the side from that build. So I have 3 from that pattern. I have 3 blocks in the center and then 2 on the side. And then I have the wood pillars like that. So that will help us. That will help us like right here. If we start here, we don't have to change our entry point into our base. And that helps us have a perfectly lined up path without moving anything. So that makes sense. We'll build it this way and everything's centered right from the start. With our design that we have come up with, this will work. So then we'll just count it out from there. And I don't care about any of the other lineups because this path is the only one that matters at this time. I can change everything else. So then we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then that will be another pillar. Oh, we have a visitor. I hear a visitor. There he is. He's in my garden. Hi. What are you selling? I think I have like 3 emeralds. What do you have? Nothing I can afford really that I would want. Yeah. I don't really want a bubble coral block. I could get one of those fishing. Okay. Nothing. I would want the mangrove propagule. I would want that. Yeah, but I have not done enough trading yet. So I should really get started on that instead of building walls. When I have perfectly good functional walls, but these are the choices I make. Back to this. Now I could start going down this way, but I want a little more, yardage for my spawn base. So I'm going to go out one more segment here and then out. So we're going to come all the way out here with this wall. We're going to come really close and have some overhang this time on the wall. And that'll give us a little more space in the yard. But that'll give us more space in here to build out that pond a little more. And that'll give us some more space for a little bit more of the garden and a little bit more space for our farm friends. Again, this lines up perfectly. We're going to go out one more. Give us a little more space. You could start right away with putting down your oak, but I tend to make counting mistakes when I get all the way around. So and then I have to like chop it all up and stuff anyway. So I'm just going to use dirt so that if I have to recount and redo stuff, it's just easier with dirt. Now the question is, do I want to come out to here or one more? I could come out here and get rid of this one. And this will bring us closer to this edge that we put in so that we can see this lovely view. So I think this will be nicer if we come over closer to the side. Oh, I think I'm gonna have to take this tree down. Okay. Okay, we counted correctly, and we're gonna get to go up into this, really close to this tree, which I think will be, it'll be kind of neat. Be really, really close to that tree. So come over a little. I don't think we'll hit the tree. But it'll look neat. Neat, neat, neat. I think I might get rid of this tree. Now I'm going to replace each one of these with 3 tall oak. 1, 2, 3. For these that are on the edge, I'm going to fill in just at the bottom there to make sure they go all the way down. And now it's time for that super satisfying sound. I love that sound. Ooh, this one, I can go really far down here. Okay. There we go. He likes it too. Okay, the next step is stone walls. You could do cobblestone walls too, if you like that. Okay, and with this, you need to go. I think this gives it a little depth too by not using full square blocks, by using wall. Okay, let's see. Where do I want this to be? So do I want it to be here or here? Probably here. We'll change this up to be at this one. So I won't put a wall here. Maybe I'll put like that and that. There we go. Oh, do I want out the back? I probably want one out here. So this will be this way. There we go. Just so that we have this set up. Oh, I don't like that. All right, I'll figure that out later. But for right now, we'll just make sure we're secure. Forgot that it did that when you put 3 gates. Forgot it did that. We'll come up with another solution. But for now, our fence is technically secure. So we could take all this down if we want to. Okay, that is the yard, and we have to recollect our Hamilton over here. And but now we do have the ability to keep our chicken in our pen. So we're going to do that. Oh, he already jumped in. Well, that's handy. And you, my little escapee, come on. Come on. There you go. Can I pull you guys away? No. Oh, hen. Ooh, now I get another one. I didn't know I could get these like this and not kill the merchant. This is awesome. I didn't know this. I thought I always had to kill the merchant. This is great. Well, that's awesome. What a peaceful way to steal his animals. This is great. Lovely, lovely. And I think I want to put this over by my pond temporarily. Atmospheric. Oh, can I make another chicken? Let's see. I have been collecting eggs. Here they are. I have 12. There's a 1 in 8 chance. So I should mathematically get 1 baby. Yay! That's math. I did forget that my yard is much bigger now and I took down all the torches. So this is much more dangerous for getting spawns inside my yard. So I'm gonna have to light this up real fast. We're gonna go up 1 here, up 1 here, and then over 3. Yes. Here, here, 3. Yipes. That's why you need to get 2 layers up very quickly. Yeah, we'll start over here. Maybe he'll go away. I do like to be able to see through my walls, and I think by using the fact that the wooden fences and the walls do not connect, that gives me more of a gap here, and I don't think anything can actually get through there. I don't think like baby zombies will get through there because the wall. So I think that gives me more viewing space. Hopefully it doesn't give skeletons more shooting space. I did not think of that. I did not think of that. We'll see. We're going to find that out, won't we? Okay, we have a 2 high wall all the way around. Well, sort of, except for at these gates. We'll figure that out. We'll figure out what we want to do there in a minute. Then we come over 1 more here. That. Okay, and then we want access to the top now. So every other pillar. Oh, not here though. This one I want torches. Okay, so every other pillar I want access, but right here I want torches at both of these. So not here. So here, starting here. And don't put it at the bottom. In case we ever bring villagers in here, we won't want a ladder at the bottom because villagers can then climb to the top. But if you don't put a ladder at the bottom, then they can't climb to the top. So just always skip 1 at the bottom because you don't need 1 as a player. So that'll help you. Okay. So skip that one so that we can have a torch there. And then, yeah, I think that'll work. Skip that one. Oh, no, wait. You know what? I'm not going to do it like a rule. I'm just going to I'm going to have torches there. I'm going to have access here because I'll have torches here. Then I'm going to have access here. And then I have torches there. Access. And I'll have torches at this entrance. Well, this gets weird, doesn't it? I guess I'm just going to do it where I feel like it. Not an exact pattern. That's okay. And we'll do it here. There we go. Over here, I won't have any access. I don't need a torch. Yeah, this will be fine. That'll be good. Okay. Now that we can access the top, let's start putting in the slabs. So if I recall correctly, then I just put slabs at the top here. 1. Because the center part here isn't going to be seen a lot unless you're running right on top of it, but I still want it to look nice. So we're going to be putting, I could put a couple cobble on there too, since it's not going to be super visible, and save some of this. Yeah. Okay, this gives it this little bit of a ledge, which is fine, but I want a little bit more. So to go back to our design, that's funny. Oh, that's bad. We're actually going to have to pull that one up. Yeah, we don't accidentally want anyone accessing our area for accidentals. We're going to want to come out a little more. So we're going to climb up to the top again, and we're going to cap it temporarily with a dirt block so we can protrude out one. Just because I don't remember what I put there right away. I think it was a slab, but I'm not sure what I don't remember. Okay, now on the outside, I'm gonna want to go out one here. Uh-oh. There we go. Anyone else? All right. And then we will take that off of there. Maybe we should finish one just so that we have a finished product. So it goes like this. And then I bring it out another one. Like that. Then you can kind of come down here. And it started raining. Sorry about that. It's peaceful. Rain is peaceful. Okay. Some stairs here. Well, here. And then eventually torches here. But until then. And then up top. Cap here. And then... I think that is the design I came up with, right? I think it is. It is. Is that another merchant in there? It is. That means, okay, so the one disappears. Oh, it means my llamas disappeared then. Okay, so they won't stay. I feel robbed. Well, that doesn't seem fair. What do you have? Spruce. Oh, what's that? Oh, that's 5. Oh, man. Oh, moss block for 1. Okay, that's a deal. That's a deal we're gonna take. Okay. Where's my emeralds? Hi. Yeah, Trade eye. We want the moss. Trade. That's enough. I mean, have moss block. And you've got moss forever, right? Yay. No, I just need bone meal. Oh, right. I could just make bone meal. What am I doing? Why am I struggling? Like, it's so hard to get bone meal. Oh, I was looking for skelly bones. That's what it was. But yeah, bone meal. I can make all the bone meal all day. Okay, so now we do same thing on the other side. Almost the same thing. Not the decorative. Not putting shrubbery on the other side, I don't think. Where there's not a ladder, we're definitely going to do that. So the inside's not going to be as pretty, but pretty close. A lot of times, I think I might make those wood. So on just on these here. I'm going to put the torches in now. Just so we're lit up around the sides. I'm going to put these a little closer together. Oh gosh, there's a lot of them. There's like a whole bunch coming. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I do think these should be wood in between here. That just makes sense, right? I do find it interesting that when you pick up a stone slab, it doesn't turn into a cobble slab. Like, you know, when you pick up a stone block, it turns back into cobble, like a cobblestone block. But whatever. Okay, now we're gonna start going out with this layer all the way around. Then we go around and put in the points. And then we go around for the stair. The upside down stairs go in the center here. Oh, hi. Every so often on my YouTube channel, on my posts area, I'll post like a challenge to do for the weekend or something like that. And so for this weekend, I was like, hey, you know, you ever not play without armor? Like, how about for the weekend we play without armor? And I don't know how many people are trying it, but I thought I'd give it a try. And I did accidentally have my iron boots on earlier. So, but now that I realized I had them on, I took them off, and I'm giving it a solid go. Okay, I think I have to put caps on all of the logs and the caps on every third block in between here. And then I think we're done with the outside. Yeah. Then we'll go on the inside. I think we have to do something more with these too. Maybe like just like another thing up here. Oops. Not like that. There we go. Something like that to make it a little more. It looks like it's just hanging there though, doesn't it? Maybe I could make like an arch. I'll make an arch. We'll work on an arch. I want a horse to be able to fit through there though. I'll work on an arch idea. Okay. That wasn't exactly fair. Okay, let's go bone meal some moss real quick. Oh, yay. Yay. Hooray, hooray. Thank you, thank you. That's what I was looking for. Okay, so now the wall is all the way around on the outside, and we have to do the wall all the way around on the inside, and then we'll do the arches. I don't think, okay, I don't think we're going to get a tower done today. I know I said that in the intro. I don't think it's going to happen. We're just going to get this wall done. Okay, I did use the bone meal to grow up some of this moss, which gave me some of these, I don't know, ferns, baby ferns, and then some of these azaleas and flowering azaleas. I think these are still called azaleas. What are they called? Yeah, they're still called azaleas. And then I got some more firefly bushes, which I want to put at least one on each wall around the edges. And then for nighttime atmosphere. And then I want to get some flowers as well, because and then I want to also, I put out these jungle trees, and as soon as they grow, I'm going to just use them for their leaves for more bushes, because I kind of don't want to take any more of the trees out of this area, but I also need flowers, and I am out of bone meal, and I'm out of things I want to ruin. I'm out of stuff I want to compost for bone meal. I composted everything I could compost. Oh no. Oh goodness. Okay. All right, but I have a few flowers over here I could grab. Going back to the subject at hand before I was so rudely interrupted. Okay, for the most part, you can put like flower boxes in around, and then we'll actually do the flowers on the top. We'll put a little bit of a different thing going on. And we are in the jungle, so this would have some growth starting on it. So we'll get that going. And I think if we put the bamboo under some of these bits here, it'll only grow to here. And that'll prevent it from going super, super tall and just give us a little plant. So now we have to do the inside. We are not going to get to the tower today. Yipes. That'll be next episode. We'll do the tower next episode. So that little box behind me will be our home for yet another, at least the remainder of this episode. But that's okay. It's functional. It's comfy. It's cozy. It's not really cozy. It's functional. Okay, for this side, we pretty much just follow through. Okay, so now on the inside, we have to come. We pretty much mirror everything we did here, but on the inside. You want to come in? There you go. Where are your llamas? Okay, and that is the interior all done. Now we just have to do the arches over the top so that we can walk across. I think the inside is really good. The only thing we didn't do is we didn't put the center bump up here, and that's fine. I think it looks a little better without it on the inside. And when we're walking along on the inside, it just gives us a little bit less to have to worry about when we're walking along here. Okay, this is a slab going down, so we're going to have to bring that up on both sides. And that won't be noticeable from out there anyway, so we'll just notice this as we're walking along. That will move up. And then after that, And then this, and then perhaps on the interior there to give it a little bit of shape on the underside. And then we'll leave this hollow in here. I think that looks good. I think I like that. Okay, this looks better. I am very happy with this fence. Oh wow. You can see you can see through it, but things can't get through it. I love it. I love it. This is so nice. Oh, look at the bluebird. What's going on here? Do cats eat birds? Okay. Bird, you're chasing the cat. The bird is chasing the cat. Oh my gosh. You're just taunting. That bird is taunting that cat. Look at that. Are they friends? Is the bird and the cat friends? What's going on here? Maybe it's a private moment. Maybe I'm interrupting. Maybe it's none of my business. Look at those two are friends. They're going off together. It's none of my business, right? Oh, wow. You can see the arch coming up from the path. That's neat. That is nice. I like that. And then the path and the fence looks really good. It fits. It fits the whole thing. Oh, it looks good. I do think I want to get rid of these two trees because it kind of would look better without them. Better. Much better. You can actually see. It opens up a little bit, but not a ton. Thank you so much for helping rebuild our base wall today. It looks stronger, more detailed, and finally fits the aesthetic of the path and the bridge that we built. I can't wait to get to the tower next time. Let me know what you think of this build. It is made of pretty easy materials to get right away as soon as you start your world. So hopefully it's an easy thing to replicate if you like it. And let me know in the comments below what you think of it. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss what's coming up next, and I'll see you in the next episode.